You're watching Cybernet with me, Lucy Longhurst. Get ready for a supersonic show as we ponder over some puzzles, say hello to the Little Mermaid, and fight to save humanity. It's sensational. It's Cybernet. Welcome to another action-packed show. We begin with the return of Sega's spiky blue mascot as Sonic the Hedgehog and his friends hurl themselves into a brand new adventure, Sonic Shuffle on the Dreamcast. The story finds the gang in Imaginary World, where they're asked by their sickly sweet guide to collect the shattered pieces of a magical stone. But unlike previous Sonic adventures, this isn't achieved by speeding and jumping through massive levels. It's all done via a huge board game. Similarities to the Mario Party games are obvious. In fact, some of the designers who worked on those Nintendo favourites also collaborated on Sonic Shuffle as well. But there's a host of features that sets this title apart, such as its impressive cartoon graphics. There are no dice to roll in this game. Players are dealt cards of various values which they can use to progress. Cards are also used to battle the various creatures you'll encounter as you travel the board. Pick the correct card, get your timing right, and you'll be rewarded with various gifts to scupper your opponents. Of course, at the heart of any party title are the mini-games, and Sonic Shuffle doesn't disappoint, with an array of bizarre four-player events to keep you and your friends at each other's throats. As with all party games, Sonic Shuffle suffers in one-player mode, but can be an hilarious experience with a few friends. It's a little less user-friendly than it could have been, but once you've got to grips with it, you'll be anything but bored. Thing faster than Sonic the Hedgehog is someone riding a scooter down the pavement of our busy high street. Thankfully, Freestyle Scooter on the PlayStation provides all the thrills without the head-on collisions with pedestrians. But if you want a little more variety in this enjoyable caper, why not try this great cheat? Simply pause the game and press the following: right, down, right, left, right, up, right, and right. You'll now find that all the characters and courses have been unlocked, allowing you to show off your skills in a variety of locales and with a plethora of crazy characters. Don't spend too much time looking at the scenery though, or else you'll end up with a better view than you might have wanted. Fun with the fish people now as a lovely lady returns to make a splash in The Little Mermaid 2. Along with Melody, her dolphin-riding daughter, Ariel will take you to wonderful places and show you exciting things deep beneath the waves. You'll also get to meet some crazy characters.
There you are. All right, let's go. We're putting on a show here.
You can dive and collect precious gems to make jewelry, or choreograph a magical underwater dance performance for the inhabitants of Atlantica. And of course, there are the songs, and there are loads of them too.
You are my world, my darling. What a wonderful world I see.
All of the songs from the feature film are here, and you can record your own voice to accompany them. Little Mermaid 2 is a great package which is superbly presented and lots of fun. Some of you may find it a bit too cute, but lighten up, it's only a game. We especially like the picture book, which you can colour and print out. Also the amusing characters who populate the magical underwater kingdom of Atlantica. So if you're a young gamer or just young of mind, The Little Mermaid 2 will provide you with hours of fishy entertainment.
Just one more dive, okay?
I can't stop her.
Exercise for your thumbs now. This is Pokemon Puzzle League on the N64, and you're going to need all your button-bashing expertise. Your task is to help our old friends Ash and Pikachu battle their way through 16 levels of head-to-head puzzles. Their aim is to beat the mysterious puzzle master and claim the title for themselves. The gameplay is similar to Tetris. You have to match 3 blocks of the same colour in any direction and they'll disappear. Any lines you complete will then be transferred onto your opposition. Nice. This isn't the best looking game we've seen, but the gameplay can become extremely intense. The head-to-head 2-player battles are great fun, and the combinations you must achieve become slowly more complex. The Pokemon craze has spread far and wide, and some may question what this Tetris-style title has to do with bizarre Japanese creatures. The answer is not a lot, but it is an enjoyable game though. Not a Pokemon in sight, but just as brash and bright is Point Blank 3 on the PlayStation. The Point Blank series was never quite as successful as it could have been, mainly due to the fact that it played so much better with the expensive light gun. But now the third title has a party game option and includes crazy on-screen characters with a frenzied multiplayer mode. The aim of the game is simple. You point your cursor at objects and fire. What could be easier? The environments have always been a strong point, and this third version is no different. Whether you're shooting penalties on a football field or aiming at jelly men in a dungeon, the look of the game is great. The gameplay is exciting, and this time a light gun is handy but not essential. What about the bad points? Well, just how long can you mindlessly fire at inanimate objects? Some people can do it for hours, whilst others need a little more stimulation. Point Blank 3 is undoubtedly the best of the series. For fast action shooting fun, you can't beat it. Are you a funky hipster with the dance moves to match? Or do you have less rhythm than a convulsing chimp? If so, don't despair, because help is on hand from the internet. Look in the right places and you'll find all you need to turn you from an uncoordinated misfit into a dance floor diva. A good place to start is at bustamove.com, which offers maneuvers and techniques for a range of dancing styles. So whether you fancy some salsa, a bit of a waltz, or even a little swing, there's plenty here to get you started. Like most dance sites on the web, if you want more detailed instructions, you'll have to pay a fee. Look hard enough, however, and you'll find some tuition that's absolutely free. At this site, you can be taught the wonder of swing by none other than Nick Felix, dance instructor to the stars. No, we've never heard of him either, but he certainly has some fancy moves for a fella his age. Nick takes you through all the basics as well as some more advanced moves. Who knows, after a little practice, you too could be the star at the next family wedding.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, back, rock. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, back, rock.
But if you want something a little more up-to-date, then why not be inspired by Queen of Pop Britney Spears? At one of the hundreds of sites dedicated to her, there's a neat little section that teaches you how to dance like her too. You can study the step-by-step stills and then check out how the dances look in motion, thanks to this hyperactive fan. So what are you waiting for? Follow this guy's lead and start shaking your stuff. That's quite enough jollity, thank you. Let's get back to the serious business of gaming with hostile waters on the PC. The year is 2032 and the world is at peace, but of course there are some who'd have it otherwise.
The remaining monsters of the 20th century, the death lovers, the power brokers, the old men who lived on theft and hate, have formed a cabal with the intent to break the world apart.
But But fear not, there is a way to defeat the Cabal using this Antaeus craft and the soul-catcher chips of her long-dead crew. These chips contain the personalities and abilities of the ex-pilots, so vehicles can either be controlled by you or directed via the map and left in the command of your resurrected comrades. But what else makes Hostile Waters special?
The one thing that is absolutely unique about Hostile Waters is the detail we put into the physics engine. Because what we wanted was the player to feel like they were seeing a real world in action.
For once, the plot and dialogue make sense too, thanks to the scripting of comic book writer Warren Ellis.
People like to be told stories, is at the heart of it. It was my job to fuse a storyline to the gameplay so that they became symbiotic, one fed the other. As you get through a section of gameplay, you are rewarded with more story.
And when the story's being told by Tom Baker of Doctor Who fame, who can complain?
These are assemblers, powerful computerized engines, each just a dusting of atoms wide.
Hostile Waters has depth and originality. Give it the time it deserves, and it'll soon be a resident on your PC. Okay, time for our competition now, so grab a pen. This week's prize is a PlayStation and a copy of Vanishing Point to play on it. So get ready to zoom into action and burn rubber around the track in this incredible racing game. To win this prize, just call our number and answer this question. What is a mermaid? Is it A, half woman, half fish, B, half cat, half dog, or C, half ant, half bee? If you think you know, call 09009 113333. Please dial carefully and don't forget to ask permission from the person who pays the telephone bill first. We'll put up the question and number again at the end of today's show, so get dialing and good luck. Coming up, we score the winning goal, check out a super sequel, and learn the secrets behind Project Eden. Welcome back to part 2 of Cybernet. It's time to turn our attention to the follow-up to one of the PlayStation's most stylish adventures. This is Fear Effect 2 Retro Helix. Foxy femme fatale Hannah returns with a handful of new playable characters to blast their way through 7 graphically diverse levels with a vast array of weapons at their disposal. The task this time is to save humanity from a deadly genetic virus set to halt the evolution of mankind. One of the best features is its in-game puzzles. There are logic problems, mathematic conundrums, and observation tests. For instance, solve this one to gain access to surveillance cameras so that you can check where the guards are. Or spy on them as they enter security codes. It also has some outstanding FMV sequences which, instead of merely filling gaps between gameplay, draw you further into the game you're playing. And with absolutely no loading delays, transitions between gameplay and FMV are instantaneous. Although the level of violence makes it definitely unsuitable for children, the excellent voice acting and terrific visuals make Fear Effect 2 one of this year's best PlayStation releases.
Shall we go, darling?
Yes, most certainly, darling.
Ta-ta.
Now here's a look at our favourite games that we're playing here in the offices of Cybernet. Queuing up for some ball-pocketing action on the table, World Championship Snookers at number 10. At 9, it's a race against time to prevent a nuclear blast. It's the explosive, adrenaline-pumping Blast Core. Watch out as the Italian plumber takes to the course trying to score a hole-in-one. It's Mario Golf at number 8. At 7, bulked-up tough guys beat each other senseless. It's the American football game Madden NFL 2001. Inline skaters protect their turf from being tagged. The graffiti-crazy Jet Set Radios at 6. At 5, on a mission to smash the Umbrella Corporation, it's the plot-twisting Resident Evil Code Veronica. Eccentric cabbies jump lights and ride on the pavement, doing whatever it takes to get to their destination. Crazy Taxis at 4. At 3, entering into a magical kingdom and getting absorbed in a sinister adventure, it's Final Fantasy IX. It's been around a while, but we can't get enough of slotting those blocks into place. It's a classic. The new Tetris is at 2. And at number 1, the best international football action to appear on the console, it's ISS Pro Evolution 2. It's cheat time again, folks, and this one's for those of you struggling to get anywhere with Kao the Kangaroo on the Dreamcast. So if this prancing pugilist is causing you angst, this is what you should didgeridoo. Pause the game and go to the map screen. Then hold down the left and right trigger buttons on your controller and enter up, down, right, left, up, and X. Now, every level in the game has been unlocked, so you can pick any one at random and give it a go. You can even travel straight to the last level, where you'll come face to face with Kao's evil arch-enemy, the Hunter. Defeat this sad fellow in a safari suit, and kangaroos everywhere will rejoice. Football enthusiasts who can't seem to get enough of your favourite sport, here's your chance to take control of your very own team with LMA Manager 2001 on the PlayStation. The level of depth and sophistication in this fully updated sequel is staggering. You have access to hundreds of clubs across 32 countries and have over 8,000 authentic players to choose from. After you've selected your team, you manage it in either the Scottish or English professional leagues. Then, to improve your club, you can train the players, make trades, or even hire a specialist staff. When you're ready to make a run for the cup, pick an opponent and watch the game unfold. And if things don't go according to plan, you can always make substitutions or shout out instructions from the sidelines.
This chance had goal written all over it, and a good save.
LMA Manager 2001 is packed with detail, creating a realistic but lackluster experience. Let's face it, scanning countless statistical pages isn't for everyone, but for hardcore football fans, let the managing begin.
Say ho! Whoa! Ho! Whoa!
Moving on to a football sim with a bit more action now, this is Libero Grande International for the PlayStation. But with so many titles already dedicated to the game, is there anything new that we can look forward to? Well, the difference here is that you only control one player throughout the entire match, which really limits your gameplay. So don't select the goalie, as it can become downright boring. To make matters worse, it can take ages before your player gets to even touch the ball. The two-player mode is also frustrating. Pitting your skills against a mate is usually the best part, but here the screen gets extremely crowded, whilst the severe camera movements make gameplay very hard to follow. The last major drawback is the lack of an official license, so you compete in a fictitious world league with players who don't resemble their real-life counterparts. The makers of Libero Grande International should be given credit for attempting a different type of football experience. But compared to superior efforts like ISS Pro Evolution 2, I'm afraid this one just misses the mark. For years now, science fiction writers, film directors and game makers have been fascinated with the idea of living within artificial environments. And most sci-fi stories feature some sort of man-made dome built to protect those living inside from the world outside. What you're looking at now is a computer simulation of a biodome, a high-tech canopy designed to sustain and protect a living, growing ecosystem. But this isn't science fiction, it's science fact. And stumbling upon this vast futuristic construction is a truly awe-inspiring sight.
big bubble-like greenhouses have never been built before anywhere in the world. So we had to design the whole thing on a computer program. And they built the whole project on a computer before any stone was laid.
This is the Eden Project, a real-life biodome housing a collection of different environments. Built within a disused quarry near Cornwall in England, Eden stands alone as one of the most staggering achievements in modern engineering. Designed and built using complex computer simulations, the structure consists of hundreds of individually made hexagons, each one fitting together like a giant Meccano set. Inside this colossal dome are some of the most advanced environmental controls in the world.
There's a sophisticated computer system which regulates the whole climate inside the biomes. So sensors inside the biomes pick up how much water there is in there, what the temperature is.
Large enough to house a waterfall, thousands of tropical plants and a small mountain, the atmosphere must be very carefully maintained. To this end, huge vents enable temperature regulation within the dome. Dotted about this tropical rainforest are sensors and monitors, which keep a constant vigil on the world inside. Each one of these is linked to a network of irrigation sprinklers, able to provide just the correct amount of mist and rainfall for the plants inside. But can the natural world really flourish under a man-made dome?
All the plants have just been in there a couple of months, and we're quite shocked at how fast it's beginning to look like the real thing and feel like the real thing. So it's beginning to form its own ecosystem.
Looking across this broad vista is an inspiring experience. But is there a future for biodome technology?
I think you take it as far as you want to go. You could build biomes like these anywhere in the world. You could build them in the desert, you could build them in the Arctic. You might even be able to build them in space.
Using complicated mechanics and sophisticated computer systems, the Eden Project points the way forward for biodome technology and teaches how to conserve and sustain the natural world around us. Do you feel it? That something in the air? The utter terror? No? Well, how about checking out Darkstone Evil Reigns on PlayStation? Your goal is to defeat the evil Drac, who manifests himself as a gigantic dragon in the mystical world of Uma. You play one of 4 characters and have to retrieve the magical time orb, which has been broken into 7 crystals and entrusted to 7 anonymous keepers. Only when these are together will you be able to defeat Drac. The numerous weapons and spells are fantastic, and by using your mana and health potions, you'll have superior magic powers and be more robust for the adventures ahead. The gameplay isn't particularly enthralling, and you'll soon be bored with the ease with which you can destroy your enemies. Also, the backgrounds tend to interfere, which can totally hamper your movements. Overall, this is a good representation of classic RPG, and it has translated well to the PlayStation after its success on the PC. If you're a fan of the genre, then you won't be disappointed, and we believe that this is a title you'll get lost in. Wow, that was hot, but then again, so are we. Sadly, we've come to the end of the show. However, Cybernet will be back again soon with more games and features from the world of technology. Don't forget you can always try our competition to win a console. Until next time, here are some spectacular visuals from Evergrace. Keep watching Cybernet.